Hello, I'm Eli Castranova, an attorney in Los Angeles, California. When COVID first started, there were a lot of shutdowns and the freeways became practically empty. Well, we're back to the normal traffic where it takes twice as long to go anywhere. And when we return to normal traffic, we return to the accidents and the crashes that occur on the freeways and the highways with much frequency. I want to talk to you about a couple of accidents that are very sad and ended horrendously for the families involved. One accident occurred on the freeway recently. I was representing the family of a young man, 26 years old, who had his whole life in front of him. He wanted to be a firefighter. As he was driving down the freeway at night, his car became disabled. And another driver who was traveling about 20 miles over the speed limit slammed into the rear of his car, pushing him into a center divider where he was hit by another car. His vehicle exploded into flames, and they were not able to take him out of the car, and he burned to death at the scene. I was able to investigate as to liability, responsibility on the other two cars, and we were able to arrive at a settlement for the family that was in the amount of the policy limits that were fairly large, but never large enough to compensate for the loss of their son. There's another accident that occurred out in Imperial County on a state highway, and I was handling this case a couple years ago. A Korean family was driving down a highway, and they were in a van. It was the whole family. It was the husband, wife, grandmother, and a small 2-year-old grandchild. A big semi was traveling down to the terminating section of the T intersection. And at that time, the driver dropped a CD that he wanted to place in the CD player, dropped it on the floor. He bent over for just a couple seconds to pick it up, and by the time he got his eyes back on the road, he wasn't able to stop. He slammed into the Korean family's van, and he killed the husband, killed the grandmother. The young baby ended up with a fractured pelvis, and the mother suffered serious brain injury. This is not easy to litigate cases against the state of California or any public entity. You have to do a lot of depositions. You have to do a lot of investigation. You have to get specialist accident reconstructionists together. And you also have to get specialists to show what kinds of medical costs in the future will be needed, especially for this young mother who had a brain injury. And so we were able to do all that, and ultimately we were able to settle the case for multiple millions of dollars. The family was shattered, but we were able to obtain enough money for the young mother that she could be rehabilitated to a certain extent and have lifetime care to assist her in trying to live a more normal life. But these are the kinds of accidents you have on freeways and highways. There's speed involved, there's sudden lane changes, unexpected braking, there's distracted driving, there's road rage, and it looks like we're back to it. So if there is an accident that involves a freeway or a highway, we are very experienced in those kinds of accidents. The one thing to know is when you retain my office, I will be the one to be handling your case. I am the attorney that will try your case. You will be involved in decision making. You will have your phone calls returned. You will not be pawned off to an assistant, whether it's another attorney or a legal assistant or a paralegal. The buck stops with me, and I am there to help you all the way through.